two guys that are actually the same age, 24-year-old wide receivers, Christian Watson and Jerry Jeudy. They've had kind of a very different paths here. Jerry Jeudy, of course, was the first wide receiver selected in the CeeDee Lamb year, the Justin Jefferson year, and it feels kind of like his big season is coming. He crushed it to end last season, put up top 6 numbers over like the last 6-7 weeks of the year, averaged over 18 points per game. And then you have Christian Watson, who kind of came on fire, was unbelievable on film. Very small sample. Right now, Jerry Jeudy goes as 39 overall on Underdog, and Christian Watson goes 41 overall. They're right next to each other as wide receivers 20 and 21. Billy, I've been drafting both of these guys. I feel like it's a kind of a cheat code, especially in FFPC drafts. Where are you at on these two guys?
Christian Watson is my most owned wide receiver in drafts right now. I am very high on him. He used to be going in like middle to end of round 5. Early in drafts, you used to be able to get him in round 6 at times. He's been climbing, at least in redrafted FFPC, all the way up to round 3 now. So we're getting kind of expensive for a monster season. Looking at the numbers and the projections, it's pretty safe to project him for a modest 22% inside the passing game. He's only competing targets against Romeo and Jaden Reed. We have 2 rookie tight ends who just joined this team, and we know it takes time for the rookies to develop, get in the swing of things. They learn the route tree, they learn the blocking scheme. So I think that we can say that they'll probably start off a little slower than we would hope for, which will give Christian Watson a little bit more time to develop that rapport with Jordan Love. I know that the backs will be involved in the passing game as well, but Christian Watson, we're pretty clear cut number 1. At 22%, I gave him 125 targets. I did give him a regression in yards per reception because I don't think that that's sustainable as well. And it still puts him over 1,100 yards. Only gave him about 6.8, which we saw in a matter of a handful of games last year. Comes in as wide receiver 15 in my rankings with those modest numbers.
Sean, where are you at on this one?
It's a tough question. I think it also depends how many receivers I have. Like if I'm drafting my 3rd receiver, like I said, I like to take more swings. So I'd go with Christian Watson, who has the wider range of outcomes. But if I'm catching up and I'm drafting my 2nd receiver, it's probably Jerry Jeudy. And I think betting on Jeudy is sort of, betting on Russell Wilson.
Broncos country, let's ride.
Bouncing back this year, I think with a more competent coaching staff, that's certainly possible. If you look at the 2 games after Nathaniel Hackett got fired, Russell Wilson was the QB1. In fantasy. So I think it could be like a Trevor Lawrence bounce back type of season. So I think Jeudy is a bet on Russell Wilson. I just think he provides the more stable floor. So I think if it's my 2nd receiver, it's Jeudy. But I love Watson's upside. So if it's my 3rd receiver, I'm going with Watson.
Like Christian Watson, it feels like an absolute hammer when you can add him as your wide receiver 3 or 4.
Yeah.
But I do agree that Jeudy has a really strong floor. I think that the competition around him is less threatening than some people think. I think like Mims could kind of make Cortland Sutton's usage go down a little bit, but I think Jeudy is fairly safe in that offense. But I love them both. I think that both is a good answer. I will say I have more Christian Watson, and guys, we tell the truth when we're on the clock and our money's at stake. So I will say I've gone Watson over him more often than not. So I'll say Watson if gun to head.
Hey, you like that video? Be sure to subscribe and activate those alerts so you get notified as soon as new videos drop. And be sure to check out playerprofiler.com. We have all the tools for you to dominate every type of fantasy league. We have a draft kit, Dynasty Deluxe, data analysis, DFS Dominator, and don't forget the player rankings to rule them all.